Whether you're just starting your OCD journey, or maybe you've been on this journey for a little while and you find yourself getting stuck, this video is going to be very helpful for you because I'm going to go over kind of what OCD is, how it works, really talk about the compulsions, which are the key issues that we get when we have OCD, and explain why compulsions just keep us stuck. All right, so let's just start off. What is OCD? First off, OCD is not some quirky, you really like to have things neat and orderly, and if you don't, then you have to go back and redo things. Some people do have their OCD attached to cleanliness, but what the media seems to show us is that it's just a way of being very orderly. That's not correct. OCD is when you have a thought, an urge, a feeling that causes immense anxiety and fear. So for those that say, well, I'm super clean and that's the way it is and I have OCD, no, that's not. That's a little personality thing that you're dealing with. But OCD causes fear, right? Doubt. It causes just this immense pain and anguish that you get because of the obsessional thought or the obsessional feeling. So that's really what OCD is in a nutshell, and I'll explain how it works in just a little bit. But remember, what a lot of people get stuck is because the media tells us you like to have things clean or you like to have things a certain way. That's OCD. It's not. The WHO actually says that it's one of the top 10 most debilitating disorders in the world. Okay? Now, how does OCD work? So let's go over that really quickly. So what happens is you get some kind of trigger that causes an obsessional thought or feeling. Now that is trigger, sorry, my handwriting's not very good. But you get a trigger and then you get an obsessional thought or an obsessional feeling. What happens when you get that obsessional thought or feeling is you feel anxiety and then you do something to make that go away. Okay? So you have an obsessional, or you have a trigger, you have a thought and a feeling, which then causes anxiety. And then you have to do something, or you physically or mentally do something to make that go away. That's called the compulsion. All right, so trigger, thought or feeling, or thought and feeling, that anxiety, fear, and then you do something to make it go away. With OCD, what is very, very important to know is the trigger and the thought are obviously important, but the compulsion is what we really want to make sure that we understand and we deal with. And you might be asking why? Why are the compulsions what you're going to talk about, and most videos talk about the compulsion? Compulsions reinforce that intrusive thought has meaning. So what do I mean by this? Well, let's just say that a big obsession of people's is that they might kind of go crazy and start hurting people. It's called harm OCD. Okay, so you're watching a movie that has to do with somebody snapping and hurting somebody. Okay, so that's the trigger. Then you get the thought in your head, oh my gosh, what if that happens to me? That's the obsession. And then that causes that fear, that doom, that anxiety. Okay, so that's how it starts. Then what we will do is we will do something to make that anxiety and that fear and that thought go away, right? So we'll reassure ourselves, no. I'm not a bad person. I would never do that. Or you try to analyze in your head, what's going on? Why is this happening? Well, that is the compulsion. And what the compulsion does is it reinforces in our brains that, oh my gosh, that thought has validity, right? Because think about it. Our brains are just an organ that is kind of, that's there helping us process things. So if you have this intrusive thought that you attach meaning to by doing a compulsion, our brain keeps signaling and keeps firing that there's something going on. Everybody has intrusive thoughts. Everybody. If they tell you that they don't, they're lying. But what happens when most people that don't have OCD get an intrusive thought is they're watching a movie and they say, oh my gosh, what if I snap? That's odd. And then they just refocus and go about their day. But me and you and other people with OCD, that's not what happens, right? We do a compulsion to make it go away. That compulsion is showing our brain, oh my goodness, this obsessional thought is really true when it comes to this person, right? Jonathan thinks he might go hurt someone because he keeps reassuring himself, he keeps praying, he keeps talking to his wife, he keeps doing this, he keeps doing that. So the compulsion piece is what we need to understand and what we eventually need to limit. All right, so hopefully this video helps to kind of explain how it works. Please check back for more videos where I'm going to go over compulsions in detail to try to help you manage this OCD. Now listen, OCD sucks. I don't like it. I would say that most people that go through it really do not like it. It's caused people to commit suicide. It's had people stop working. OCD is a terrible disorder, but with the right approach, I promise you, you can manage it. So stay strong, check in if you need anything, message me. We can do this, everybody.